hey, I didn't see you there. Well, since I have your attention, can I tell you something about romance? Well, too bad. It's not a choice. You're probably wondering how I got here. Hey, no one cares about you. Go get a life. Romance. You've probably been through it or know someone who's been through it. When someone tells you a story about romance, it's usually sweet. But some people abuse that word. For example, love at first sight really gets under my skin because it doesn't really make sense. Like one time, my friend told me a story about this girl he saw.
Yo, bro, I saw this girl, and I'm telling you, bro, I'm telling you it was love at first sight.
That's the thing. Love at first sight doesn't exist. If you just see someone, you don't know their personality or how they act. So it's just based on looks. And love can't just be based on looks. It doesn't make sense. Did you know that 56% of adults believe at love at first sight? But that's because most of them are in relationships and the other are just desperate because they can't find love. Let me ask you this question. If you saw a pretty girl walking on the streets, would you believe for a split second in your mind that you would marry her? No. You know why? Because that's the equivalent to love at first sight. It doesn't exist. You're probably wondering, how do I get out to these places? Well, let me tell you. As I was saying, you're probably wondering how I get to all these places. Well, let me tell you.
Bro, I swear to God, bro, like, why you keep falling and shit, bro?
You're wondering how I got here. Well, that's none of your business. You know what really gets under my skin? Is when people say they're in love, but only been dating for 2 days. Like, my friend told me this story. He only met this girl and they've been dating for 2 days. But it doesn't make sense. If you do everything in a relationship in 2 days, what are you gonna do after? You can't say you love her after 2 days. Like, stop lacking. Doesn't make sense. You know, you can't rush a relationship. It doesn't make sense. You know, everyone knows that if you rush a relationship, it never lasts. And that's a fact. Everyone knows that. Like, for example, would you date someone after only knowing them for a month? Not date, my bad. Would you marry someone after a month? No, probably not. You'd marry them after maybe at least a year at the minimum. So there's my point proven. You can't rush a relationship. It doesn't make sense.
As I was saying, guys.
Hey, this is my rant. Go home, twerp. Okay, as I was saying, guys, another thing I really hate about romance is someone being hung over someone. Come walk with me for a little bit. Don't you hate it when someone breaks up with their girlfriend or they break up with them and they're hungover and sad over them? There's no point of being hungover and sad. Being that is not going to help you in any way. If someone breaks up with you, that means they don't want to be in a relationship with you anymore. So being sad or thinking about them and crying isn't going to change anything. It really pains me to see people like talking about, oh, I missed everyone, I miss this, I miss that. It doesn't make sense. Why do you miss them? If you're really looking for love, then the person who broke up with you probably wasn't the right person. So all you have to do is get up and look for someone. Maybe the right one will be the next one, maybe the second one, maybe the third one. But you just need to keep looking. And that concludes my rant about romance. Sorry if I was too aggressive, but that's just how a rant is.